About that, Divine Pisces 222. It is Thursday, May 14th, 2020. I'm going to do an energy check-in for the Twin Flames today. See what we got going on here. Yeah, okay, well I mentioned this before, but yeah, I definitely feel 5D communication, 5D connection just in general, very, very strong right now. You guys might be getting some dreams, dream messages, interacting with your counterpart in dreams, okay? Sending information back and forth that way, shared dreaming, astral travel, that sort of thing. And I also feel just in general like what's happening in the connection, there's a lot that's being purged right now. Just in general, I feel a lot of us are triggered at this time. Also getting a lot of information from source, I do feel. So some of this actually may be what's triggering you as well, not just what's happening around you. So it's like you're getting double triggered here. And some of it could actually be from the 5D interaction with your counterpart. Okay, and that being said, I mean, I feel there's a little bit of anticipation kind of coming in, like almost like an impatient feeling, you know, like something's gonna happen, feeling like something's gonna happen, and trying to keep yourself on track and trying not to be impatient with things, trying not to hurry the process, that sort of thing. But as of right now, a lot of us are releasing some codependency, some toxicity, karmic situations, things like that. You know, I know I've mentioned this before. A lot of things are coming to a close. A lot of cycles are coming to a close. Cycles are repeating right now. You know, that sort of thing within the actual connection as well. Okay. But as far as the connection goes, again, I feel like it's kind of transforming into more of a 5D connection at this time. Some of you may be having 3D interactions with your counterpart at this time, but I also feel like just in general you're connecting on a deeper level, even if you're not communicating in the 3D at this time. It's like becoming more stable, okay, as far as the 5D goes. I know there was a lot of in and out with the 5D, a lot of not feeling the energy, then feeling the energy, and so on and so forth. And now it's like almost like the energy itself is stabilizing, which is good. It's good. It's balancing out, right? You're each balancing out your inner masculine and inner feminine, and then balancing out the connection. Okay, so taking a look at Divine Masculine right now. Yeah, Divine Masculine's still facing some illusions here having to do with their 3D situation. Okay. A lot of them, this is definitely on, it's like, basically, everything's kind of turned upside down, literally. It's like, you know, facing not only themselves, but the interactions within their situation. Some of them are dwelling on some things that have happened in the past in their 3D situation, not just in the connection, but in their actual, like, if they have a karmic situation, which most of them do at this point, you know, whether it's a family situation, a job, what have you, you know, they're facing a lot of illusions right now, and everything's just kind of turned on its head, and it's just kind of feeling unstable. And as stability comes within the connection, the external situations are going to feel unstable, okay? But yeah, okay, so like Divine Masculine definitely obviously releasing codependency, but I do also feel a lot of them are stepping into themselves and trying to become self-sufficient, okay? And trying to release codependency on other people so that they can become self-sufficient. I'm also getting something with a father figure here. A lot of Divine Masculines, you know, dealing with father issues. Possibly they are a father, could be clearing some karma with a parent through a child, you know, that sort of thing, literally reparenting themselves. But yeah, I mean, some of them may come forward with an offer. Some of them have been working on something to offer Divine Feminine, whether it be an apology, a friendship, even just a, like a, hey, I'm still here, you know, I at least want to communicate with you, you know, that sort of thing. Almost like a peace offering, okay, so to speak. But they have to release some of the conflict surrounding that first. So some of them do have some external conflict going on. It could be in this family situation that I'm talking about here. Some of them, it's inner conflict. Okay, there's a lot of inner conflict coming in here. But also remember that any external conflict that's going on is a reflection of the internal conflict. External is always a reflection of the internal. So if there's internal conflict, there's going to be external conflict, okay? But yeah, I mean, a lot of divine masculines right now, and I know we've talked about player energy before, a lot of them are stepping out of that, you know, becoming more stable as individuals, you know, recognizing that the behavior that they have perpetuated for so long is very toxic, not just to them, but to those around them. You know, it's hurtful. But in reality, it doesn't serve them either. You know, it's never served them, right? And some of them are recognizing the reason why they do what they do. They're recognizing it. They're trying to end it. They're trying to heal it. They're trying to come to terms with it, forgive themselves, you know, asking for others, or asking for forgiveness from others, whether that be, you know, in an external situation, possibly from Divine Feminine, right? But they are clearing a lot right now. They're clearing a lot of karma. Definitely feel like heart chakras are really opening up right now. Some of them have been trying to stop it because it's very, very painful, but they're starting to realize that they can't. They can't, right? And so they're turning some things around here. You know, for a long time, Divine Masculine was in a state of feeling unworthy, just in general. Didn't feel good about themselves. They weren't happy with themselves. A lot of self-loathing coming in for Divine Masculine, but you know what? They're releasing that. A lot of them are releasing that right now with this healing opportunity that's happening. Okay. Yeah, I definitely feel a lot of karma being released here. I feel like Divine Masculine standing up for himself, or at least trying to stand up for himself in some of these external situations, okay, where they hadn't been standing up for themselves for a really long time. Okay. And now they're just kind of at the point where they just can't take it anymore. Okay. And that could lead to some conflict. Okay. I mean, there could be an explosion on the horizon. Okay. Some of them have been suppressing for so long, you know, that there's nowhere for that energy to go except out, you know, and it's going to come out eventually. All right. So, I mean, that's good, you know, because Divine Masculine's been ending a lot of cycles. Divine Masculine's been, like, rapidly, I feel, within the last week or so, just in general, a lot of Divine Masculines have been ending cycles. They've had enough, okay? So, Divine Feminine, yeah, Divine Feminine also really, really motivated here. Really, really motivated to step back into her power here, releasing a lot of negativity within herself. Divine Feminine also been in a state of not feeling good about herself, you know, beating herself up for things that, you know, sure, I mean, you want to sit and you want to take stock and maybe some, you know, behaviors maybe that you have perpetuated yourself, obviously, but there's no reason to sit there and beat yourself up about it either. You know, you want to, you know, take charge of the situation, realize what you need to release it, and then move forward accordingly, okay? So a lot of Divine Feminines right now very motivated to step back into their power, realizing they have been giving their power away to either an external situation, to another party. So, you know, deciding to release that and get back to, you know, the bliss factor, you know, getting back into that high vibration. Because Divine Feminine, a lot of you have been vibing really low because of a lot of stuff that's been coming up for you, okay? A lot of inner child stuff has been coming up as well for Divine Feminine. Some of you have gotten so overwhelmed with the connection as well that you kind of released that, and that was part of what was keeping you vibing low, was the connection. You were staying in a state of, worrying about where the connection is going. So a lot of you released that, and you decided, you know what, no, I'm going to step back into my power. I'm going to step away from this for a while. I'm going to deal with myself, work on myself, you know, deal with my codependency issues, which, you know, of which there are plenty, you know. Divine Feminine has no shortage of issues as far as codependency goes, okay? It's not just Divine Masculine, all right? So Divine Feminine recognizing, yes, that she does have the power to change her situation, whatever the situation may be, and is in the act of doing that, right? Helping that wheel to turn, helping that karma to be cleared and to be completed. You know, and, you know, getting herself kind of unstuck from the situation that she's been in, right? Because a lot of us have been stuck here. A lot of us have been stuck in our heads. A lot of us have been trying to overthink some of these things that are coming up here instead of just letting, you know, the cycle take its course and actually kind of just literally going with the flow. A lot of us have just been sitting there dwelling on things, you know, overreacting, creating little scenarios in your head about what might actually be happening instead of, you know, taking a look at the situation as a whole and being like, oh, this is something I need to learn from, right? And it happens, you know. None of us are guiltless in that. All right. So connecting energies. Yeah, okay. So I like this card because you've got the Emperor here in front going, yeah, I'm awesome. And then in the back, everything is on fire. You know, it's like he's not even paying attention to what's going on back here. You know, so it's like upside down, right? So it's like, oh, crap. Okay, well, there's all this going on behind me. All of these bridges that I've burned, right? You know, but it's like in the connection here, it's like almost forcing us to take a moment, stop, and take a look at what has happened in the past, but not for dwelling purposes, but to learn from it. Okay, well, who set this fire? I don't know. Well, let's not think about who set the fire, but let's think about how to, you know, learn from that experience. You know, let's not burn those bridges again. Let's not create another fire. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that being said, it's kind of put the transformation a little bit on hold, because it's almost like, again, a lot of us are trying to overthink some of the situations that are happening right now, which is putting things on hold. So stop doing that, you know. Just move forward. Step into your power and move forward and let the transformation take hold, okay? And like I said, a lot of these connections are really transforming into more of a 5D, like a, I'm trying to think of the right word, like a, obviously connection, but almost like, okay, so you know how we talk about how the 5D leads, or the spiritual part leads, and then it's 3D that comes in after that. It's inside out work. So it's like almost forcing us to deal with what's inside right now. Okay, so everything that's coming up right now is needing to be cleared, right? But you need to take charge of yourself first, and change that energy. Okay, so the 5D coming in, with the 5D getting stronger, and you getting constant communication with your counterpart, and having them come in, you know, all the time. And a lot of them it's like they're sharing their experiences with you. It's like they're sharing bits and pieces of what's happening on their journey with you. And a lot of you probably have experienced this, where you actually see something that has happened to your counterpart. And it's like you're seeing it as a memory of yours when it's not yours. Happens to me all the time, okay? Well, what that's doing is it's showing just how strong that 5D connection is, and it's being more established. It's stabilizing, okay? So if you think about it, your twin is you and you are your twin. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The energy is the same. The energy is the same. There is nobody else on the planet who has the same wavelength as you have with your twin, okay? There just isn't, all right? So that being said, I mean, like I said, they're constantly communicating with you. So whether you actually have 3D communication or not, your counterpart is communicating with you. So pay attention, okay? Pay attention to what they're telling you, okay? Maybe they're asking for help. But when they're asking for help, instead of sending them constant energy, which, you know, send love and forgiveness anyway. But I mean, like, you know, a lot of us for a long time, especially last year, towards the beginning of this year, were sending energy to our counterpart, and they were using that energy in their karmic situation. Well, instead of doing that, change your energy. Change your energy. What's going on with you that parallels what's going on with your twin right now? May not be the exact same situation, but the energy is the same. So you deal with that, you deal with yourself, you control yourself, you change that energy, it's going to help your twin. So that's what I mean by your twin is calling for help. Okay? Because a lot of these awakenings are very, very painful. Okay? So it's like the unawakened twin is coming into themselves. They're understanding now. They're getting it. They're getting it. It's been a slow process, but they're getting it. Now, what they decide to do about it is up to them. They do have free will, okay? But you have to remember, as the awakened twin, the fully awakened twin, your responsibility is you, okay? It's not your twin. It's you, okay? And so a lot of us, yeah, definitely turning to our wish fulfillment here. Maybe some of you, your mission is coming into play here. Some of you have stepped into mission, or your mission is coming to you, okay? But the ultimate goal, obviously, a lot of us, you know, we think that is the established union in the connection, okay, which is happening here in the 5D. It's happening now, okay? So a lot of us just need to change our perspective on what union actually means, you know? A lot of people think, oh, union is 3D union. Well, no, not necessarily. 5D union is the point. The whole point of your twin is to wake you up. The whole point of your twin is to wake you up so that you can you know, clear out what you need to clear out in this lifetime so that you can ascend, okay? And stop having to relive purgatory over and over and over again, okay? But yeah, but how do we do that? Release the codependency. And a lot of us have done this. A lot of us have already released the codependency. A lot of us already released the expectations as far as 3D union goes, you know, just kind of living our lives and dealing with our stuff, you know, still understanding that the 5D connection is still there, still listening to what our counterpart has to say and what it is that they're calling to our attention, okay? So some of you are still dealing with a karmic situation. Some of you are. And the Queen of Pentacles to me always represents a female karmic. So it could be a karmic partner, it could be a mother, it could be a mother figure, a sister, or whoever, whatever, you know. So female karmic, when that card shows up to me, is usually female karmic. Okay, so I'm getting some female energy coming in here. So divine masculine may be dealing with father issues. Divine feminine, you might be dealing with some other issues right now. Do you see what I'm saying? You both could be dealing with mother issues. You could have a mother who's very much like a masculine. Okay, so do you see what I'm saying? It's really about the energy. All right. But yeah, definitely conflict coming in, okay? So some of you are dealing with this, some of you are clearing this in external situations, which is helping to clear the conflict within the connection as well. Some of you do have some conflict going on in your connections. Some of you may have conflict with your counterparts. That's really interesting. Some of you may have conflict with your counterparts karmic, okay? And this could be in the 3D, it could be in the 5D, okay? I know some of you have had interactions with your counterparts karmic in the 5D. I know this is true for me. You know, so that may be something that is needing to be cleared, because keep in mind, you don't just have a connection with your twin. You may actually have a connection with their karmic if they have one, if they have a karmic partner, okay? We're all connected. There may be a karmic debt there somewhere, okay? We're all connected, okay? Pretty deep stuff. Okay, so let's get some messages from the counterpart here, from the counterparts. Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna lie. I dreamed last night. Yeah, I had an interaction with my counterpart's karmic, and thing is like, you know, she never shows up unless he's there, and he was there. So very interesting that that came up. All right. Yeah, see? Boom. There you go. There you go. It's exactly what I'm talking about. This was on the bottom. All right, let's get some messages and advice. Source. Yeah, okay. Some of you definitely need to put up some boundaries here. Possibly in an external situation, but I feel some of you may actually be going through ascension, so you may want to like up your protection game. Do you see what I'm saying? But yeah, some of you just need to put up some boundaries, especially if you have conflict coming in. Okay. If you have someone invading your dream space and you don't want them there, you can protect yourself from that. Okay. I don't know why I felt the need to say that, but I feel like that's a message for somebody. Okay. Yeah, but I mean, that's what I mean by the 5D connection, guys. Like, it's not going anywhere. Like, you're constantly going to be drawn to each other energetically, no matter what happens, okay? No matter if you're in 3D union or not. All right, so remember to just have patience with your journey, have patience with yourself, and to release the expectations, okay? Just release the expectations, guys. That's the main thing. It's not just with the connection, but with everything, okay? That's a codependency, you know, constantly putting expectations on things. I mean, sometimes we don't think about that, but codependency can show itself in many forms, okay? Because a lot of times when we think codependency, we think coping mechanism, we think addiction, we think needing something all the time. But yeah, expectation, if you constantly need validation, if you constantly need expectations placed on you, or you need to place expectations on somebody else and then they don't meet them and then you're disappointed, that's a codependency. It's the same thing. Okay? All right, guys, I hope this has helped. If it has, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.